God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him may not be lost, but may have eternal life. Identification with Jesus Christ in the mystery of his passion, death, and resurrection is at the heart of the vocation of the Sisters of the Cross and Passion.
Sisters of the Cross and Passion. Who are they? They were founded by Elizabeth Prout in Manchester in 1851, the first congregation of religious women in the northwest of England. The congregation was first known as the Catholic Sisters of the Holy Family. In 1875, the sisters were affiliated to the Passionist congregation, founded by St. Paul of the Cross. They then took the name Sisters of the Cross and Passion, and ever since have worn the symbolic Passionist sign.
Elizabeth Prout. Who was she? Elizabeth Prout was born in Shrewsbury on the 2nd of September 1820, the only child of Anne and Edward Prout. Her mother was a staunch Anglican, her father a lapsed Catholic. Shrewsbury in Shropshire is a medieval walled town, almost completely surrounded by the River Severn. In the mid-19th century, it had a population of 24,000. Elizabeth would have known the 12th century Benedictine Abbey, St Mary's Church and St Julian's. Edward Prout, a skilled cooper, worked at the Coal and Brewery on the outskirts of the town. He earned a good wage and, like all brewery workers, had a free issue of beer.
Elizabeth was baptised on the 17th of September 1820 at St Julian's Anglican Church by Hugh Owen, the vicar. St Julian's today is a vibrant craft centre. Owen, a dynamic character, played a major role in both church and civic affairs. He was a friend to the poor, visited them in their homes, listened to their troubles, and worked hard to make Shrewsbury a better place to live in. This he did with great cheerfulness. Sitting with her mother in church, did little Elizabeth look around her with wonder at the stained glass windows, Christ with the children, Jesus baptized in the Jordan, the Last Supper. Was it here she learned her love for Christ and the poor? We can only guess, but we know nothing of Elizabeth's childhood and youth.
The only photograph we have of Elizabeth was taken when she was about 35. She is enveloped in a habit of heavy material. The photograph does not show that she was barely 5 foot tall, of fragile build, and with hands so tiny that her profession ring wouldn't even fit on the finger of an ordinary woman of the same height. A sister who knew her recorded that she was refined, intelligent, and gently nurtured. She knew nothing but the love of devoted parents, a comfortable and happy home, and bright prospects for the future.
Elizabeth celebrated her 21st birthday in 1841. By this time, the family were living in Stone, Staffordshire. Stone was a busy market town. It lay at the heart of England's road system, Constant streams of travellers stopped there. It had a thriving brewery industry and about 24 inns. All the inns were offering Jules ale, and most of them stayed open all night. A cooper, like Edward Prout, would have had no trouble getting a job in Stone. 1842 was a year of industrial and social unrest. There was so much lawlessness in Stone that year that 700 special constables had to be sworn in to keep order.
Elizabeth was living in Stone when Father Dominic Barbary founded the first Passionist monastery in England in Aston Hall. This was about 2 miles from Elizabeth's doorstep. Whenever Father Dominic walked through the town, gangs of youths pelted him with stones and mud. They hated and despised Catholics, especially foreigners in ridiculous clothes. At first, Father Dominic said Mass in a room in the Crown Inn at Stone. Later, he moved to the new church of St. Anne's.
Dominic Barbary's arrival was a turning point in Elizabeth's life. She met him at a time when she was longing for some deeper spiritual reality. Her thoughts were turning to Catholicism, and she felt she must follow her conscience. This was a serious decision at a time of fierce anti-Catholic feeling. Effigies of the Pope were burned publicly on Guy Fawkes Night. It was dangerous to be a Catholic. To go over to Rome would involve immense sacrifices. And so it was. When Elizabeth became a Catholic, her parents disowned her.
Elizabeth's next step was again dramatic. In 1848, she entered the convent of the Infant Jesus in Northampton. Her parents were shocked. 6 months later, she developed a tubercular knee. The doctor said she would never walk again. She had to leave the convent. When Elizabeth returned to Stone, her mother nursed her so well that she walked again. But when she wished to go to Mass, the situation became so intolerable that she decided to leave home. This time, the decision was final.
Beggared and alone, Elizabeth made her way to Manchester, looking for work. Her immediate future was bleak. She talked it over with Father Gaudentius Rossi, a Passionist priest she had known in Stone. He had given a mission in St. Chad's. Father Crosskill, the parish priest, was looking for a schoolmistress. On his recommendation, Elizabeth got the job.
During the Industrial Revolution, huge populations swarmed to Manchester and the north of England, searching for work in the newly opened factories. Many were Catholic, famine refugees from Ireland. Here they lived, worked and slept in deplorable conditions. Children from the age of 5 worked long hours in the mills. They could neither read nor write. Thousands were without any religious instruction.
St. Chad's Parish in Angel Meadows was Manchester's worst slum. It was known as the lowest, most filthy, most unhealthy and most wicked locality in Manchester. Here Elizabeth taught, and in her spare time sought out the waifs and strays in the slums of the city, encouraging them to attend school.